Exposures beyond containment.
I got him.
I'm gonna ask you again if you're okay.
I'm running out of lives. Reload!
Zoe Saldana has shared an exciting update about Lioness Season 3, hinting at a bright future for the hit Paramount Plus spy thriller. Created by Taylor Sheridan, the show follows Saldana as Jo, a CIA officer managing a top-secret program that places female operatives behind enemy lines. After a successful debut season in 2023, Lioness is currently airing its second season, which has been a hit with both critics and audiences. Naturally, this has sparked interest in a third season. In a recent chat with Vanity Fair, Saldana revealed that she's committed to at least 3 seasons of the show. While she didn't address a possible 4th season directly, she expressed how fulfilling the experience has been so far, which is a great sign for the show's future. Here's what she said. "I signed up for 3 seasons at least, so there's a contractual obligation to fulfill, but Lioness isn't just that. It's been a rewarding journey, giving me the chance to collaborate with someone as unique as Taylor Sheridan. He's like a modern-day cowboy living off the grid. Either you get his writing and themes, or you don't." Considering Sheridan's packed schedule, he's behind the Yellowstone universe, and new projects like Tulsa King, the quick turnaround between seasons 1 and 2 is impressive. While many streaming shows now take 2 years or more between seasons, it seems likely that Lioness Season 3 could debut by fall 2025. Saldana hasn't spilled any details about the Season 3 storyline, but Season 2's introduction of Genesis Rodriguez as Josefina Carrillo suggests a similar structure, with Jo taking on new missions and recruits. That said, the return of Leisla de Oliveira's Cruz Manuelos in Season 2 shows that past characters could easily reappear. Season 3 feels like a sure thing at this point, and if audience interest holds, Season 4 could follow. There's even a possibility of a spin-off series, though nothing official has been hinted at yet. Given Sheridan's success in expanding Yellowstone with prequels like 1883 and 1923, a Lioness spin-off wouldn't be surprising. The show's future is looking strong. The Lioness cast has seen some changes since the show first aired, which makes guessing the Season 3 lineup a bit tricky. Keeping a high-profile ensemble intact is no easy feat, so there's no guarantee that big names like Morgan Freeman or Nicole Kidman will stay on for the long haul. That said, Zoe Saldana is almost certain to return as Jo, the dedicated leader of the Lioness program. Unless things shift, Nicole Kidman is also likely to reprise her role as Caitlin, the no-nonsense CIA boss. Similarly, Morgan Freeman should be back as Secretary of State Edwin Mullins. Michael Kelly, who has appeared in both seasons as Caitlin's superior Byron Westfield, will probably return to maintain the show's exploration of the tense dynamic between Jo and her CIA superiors. Dave Annable is also expected to return as Jo's supportive husband Neil. As the series progresses, the ensemble cast is bound to evolve. Season 3 will likely bring in new operatives while replacing some characters after the fallout of Season 2. However, it's hard to predict who those new faces might be until more details emerge. Season 2 wrapped up with an adrenaline-pumping finale, as Jo and her team barely escaped death after a dangerous mission targeting Chinese nuclear scientists in Turkey. With the dust still settling, the big question is, where does the Lioness program go from here? While the mission's next steps are unclear, we can bet the show won't shy away from delivering more high-stakes battles in a potential 3rd season. Beyond the action, there are plenty of unresolved threads to keep fans hooked. For starters, Jo's personal life is on shaky ground. Her marriage to Neil has been under strain all season, and a divorce could add even more complexity to her character's journey. Then there's the simmering tension between Cruz and Josefina. Will their unspoken feelings finally come to light? With the potential romance adds an emotional layer to the story, providing a fresh dynamic for Season 3 to explore. Another intriguing possibility is whether Jo might step back from the front line. Could we see her transition to more of a leadership role, letting Cruz take center stage on the next mission? Or will Jo's unrelenting commitment to the job keep her deeply entrenched in the action as always? Knowing her, it's hard to imagine her staying on the sidelines for long. The Lioness team has defied the odds once again, but the stakes are only getting higher. Season 3 has the opportunity to dive deeper into the characters' relationships while delivering the same edge-of-your-seat thrills that fans love. Whether it's navigating the fallout from Joe's personal struggles, the evolution of Cruz and Josefina's partnership, or another dangerous mission that puts the entire team at risk, the future of Lioness is bursting with potential. Now, aside from all the action and plot twists, here's something fans didn't see coming. Lioness star Zoe Saldana has pitched a pretty cool idea for a prequel while we wait for Season 3. In a recent interview with Deadline, where she also talked about her upcoming projects like the next Avatar sequel, Saldana shared her thoughts on the future of Lioness. She mentioned that she'd love to see a prequel focused on her character, Joe, and her backstory, especially how she met Nicole Kidman's character, Caitlin. Saldana compared the idea to 1923 for Yellowstone, where a subplot runs alongside the main story. She said, "I would have loved to see the beginnings of Caitlin Mead and Joe McNamara and how she was recruited because she's just so good." She also recalled a memorable scene where Byron Westfield tells Joe, "You can't be in the field anymore. I can't replace you," which made her wonder about how Caitlin found and recruited Joe. It's definitely an idea that could add a lot of depth to the story. This prequel could explore the complex relationship between Joe and Caitlin, especially as we've seen in Lioness how Joe becomes increasingly disillusioned with the job. And if the prequel does happen, it would be exciting to see who would play the younger versions of Joe and Caitlin. There's also the possibility that Saldana and Kidman could return as executive producers or even make guest appearances, which would make it even more fun for fans. It's an intriguing idea that would give us more insight into these characters' origins while keeping the excitement going. The filming locations for Lioness have played a big role in shaping the show's atmosphere, and this could definitely help with filming Season 3 and even a potential prequel. Starting in Delaware, moving to Majorca, and later shifting to Baltimore and Texas, the diverse settings have added a rich variety to the series. The change in scenery, from the gritty streets of Baltimore to the wide-open landscapes of Texas, gives the show a unique visual feel that could be important when planning future seasons and spin-offs. For Season 3, using a mix of familiar and new filming locations could help continue the series' dynamic energy. Since Lioness has already filmed in places like Texas, it might make sense to continue using large, expansive areas for high-stakes missions, but also experiment with more urban or international locations depending on where the plot heads. Additionally, if the prequel takes off, the same concept of varying locations could be useful for portraying different stages in Joe and Caitlin's past, especially if they are tracking the early days of their careers in different settings. If the prequel explores Joe's recruitment or earlier CIA work, filming in international or historically significant locations could add a lot of depth and authenticity to the story. So, with all the varied locations used in previous seasons, it's likely that the production team will take advantage of these past settings and explore new ones, potentially incorporating international landscapes if the plot calls for it, ensuring that the visual tone of the show continues to captivate. Whether in the gritty streets or the vast plains, these filming choices will help maintain the suspenseful and immersive feel that fans love about the series. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.